G'day folks, this is Sim. Welcome back to 7 Days To Die, done from down under, and I've got a mess to clean up. Let's just survey the damage, and to be honest, it's not looking too bad. A lot of work to do to clean up the mess, a lot of replacement spikes and things to go in. But that shouldn't be too hard. This is where probably the worst of the damage was done. And they did break in down here, but doesn't look they've actually done any damage in here. So overall we've come out pretty well. And I should be able to get this repaired up before the next horde, assuming that I'm actually here at the time. So let me get this tidying up done. And then from there we'll talk about the loot that we actually managed to pick up while we were out and about. Or maybe not. Well, that was annoying. It seems that today is a dog horde day. It's day 51. I have no idea why today is a dog horde day, but the dogs would think otherwise. Fortunately, I have spare guns. Not so fortunately, I don't have any ammo because I haven't left any spare ammo behind. So let's grab the crossbow. And do we have? No, I don't. I can't take those apart. So, well, let's grab a bow and see if we can deal with this little problem. Yeah, they're still coming. I was just basically chopping away, and I kid you not, I'm just chopping away at gunk, and all of a sudden, bang, I'm surrounded by dogs. I got hit so hard they actually threw me up in the air and back down again. And there's another one coming now, and we should be able to deal with them if it wasn't for the fact that our guns are all downstairs. You. I got him twice, but it wasn't enough. I've got to draw them over the spikes over here, unfortunately, so that they die. Then we'll get down there. I don't know, after all that we went through, getting ambushed by a random pack of dogs on an unexpected day was definitely the last thing. And here comes another one. And another one. Just want to get... what? And another one? And another... oh, this is a little bit nuts. And I can't head down there until I get my gear. Hey, don't know. Just come back towards the spikes. I hope they're not going to be coming all day, or that's going to be a right pain in the backside. It's already 10 o'clock. I can hear one, but I'm not sure where it is. Let's take a chance. Grab. Run. It's probably inside, which is the worst possible place that it could be. So, first things first, I need a gun on my bar. Where's the pistol? Is it loaded? Yes. Let's see if we can find it. If they're coming at us one at a time, it's not going to be too much of a problem. Okay, well that one at least has chewed its way right through the wall because that hole wasn't there before. My guess is there's one chewing its way into the... yeah, there it is. there's more than one. Let's see if we can get an angle on it. There it is. Jumping around like a maniac. Is that the last one? I hope so. Alright. So, again, just a little bit annoying, as things often are. So I will put myself back together. My wellness is now, of course, back down again to 100 out of 200, so all that work. Again, 10 points is shot. Look, let's have a look. Oh, some of the good spikes got trashed as well. I need to get this done before this stuff all turns into dirt and is twice as hard to get rid of. But look, let's just get upstairs, because I am not going to be depressed today, because... And there's another dog coming now, I can hear it. So they may be roaming through randomly all day, or there may be one that's gotten itself stuck somewhere. So as I was saying, I've made up the best guns that I could out of all the stuff that I got from the Horde. And pretty pleased with all of that, because I ended up with a very fine pistol, and where has it gone? A very fine sawed-off shotgun. On top of that, let's just move this stuff around a little bit. I also managed to pick up... Where is my bashy stick? There it is. I also managed to pick up along the way, when I put it all together, another fine quality sawed-off and 2 more pistols. So backup wise, that's pretty good. But I think we might want to leave a few bullets behind this time, so that if the situation gets a little dire, I've actually got a backup on me, and maybe a dozen shotgun shells as well. We'll keep the rest. However, something else that I wasn't expecting, I did not realize at the time. We got an SMG stock, and I didn't realize that that was the last piece that I needed, as far as I'm aware. So I believe, because we have the recipe, that we have all of the bits that we need now to make ourselves up an SMG. Let's find out. There you go. And the parts are all good or fine, so that's not too shabby. And now we have a good quality SMG. Let's repair it up. And that may not even be enough repair kits. Oh no, that's not too bad. 22.5. Okay, now I happen to have a bunch of 10mm bullets. So let's load this beast up. Alright, we've got a 30-shot magazine. Now it is a fully automatic weapon. And I'm hoping that it also has a single fire mode, but I don't know. It's been a while since I've used the SMG, and it's not a bad gun. But I would prefer it if I can use it in single shot mode as well. So let's waste a couple of bullets, shall we? Oh, of course I can't jump when I'm in that mode, so I don't believe that there is an alternate fire. I'll have to investigate that, but if I just want to, yep, I can tap shoot. Okay, and it's got almost the same capacity as the pistol, And let's have a look at the stats on it. Now it says that the fall-off range is 24.9 meters. It's a bit more accurate than the pistol, but the bullet drop happens a lot sooner, because the fall-off on the pistol is 47 meters. So basically, for general purpose long range stuff, until I get a decent rifle, the pistol is probably going to be the go. But when I'm dealing with larger packs crowd control wise, this SMG will prove to be rather useful. For now though, we're just going to store it in here because we've got what we need. So there is still a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't cleaned up, and there's a few things that we've got to do. So let's just do a little bit of housekeeping. And one of the housekeeping tasks is going to be putting the rest of my bloody clothes on. So let's get her dressed. Alright, and nail gun. And I'll put the other bits and bobs away later. We want all of that. Okay, we're going to be using the water and my crossbow bolts. You're not going to be needed. You are. I'm going to be needing that. I'll be using those later. Alright, and food and alcohol. And I'm missing something that I normally keep down here. And I'm sure eventually I'll figure out what it's supposed to be. But hey, let's not get stressed about it at the moment, shall we? So, what do I intend to do? Well, the first thing that I've realised is I need more cotton now than I did before. I haven't planted a bunch, but I can run around and gather from around the surrounding area, and I'll probably do that to get myself started off again, because as you can see there's still quite a bit of cotton lying around. But I've already done a pretty serious job on clearing out one of these rows over here. Now, just out of curiosity, just do a quick check. What's the damage? Oh, that's right, we don't know for sure what the damage is on this. Can we take you down with a headshot? I hate it when they do that. Yes, I was hoping that would be the case. As long as I'm sneaking anyway. So now we're all stinky, but hey, life's like that. Alright, let's get over. And what I want to do is, I believe this is the row, yep. So I'm going to need some corn, because I'm probably going to need the cornmeal. So we'll just finish harvesting up this row. And try not to drop too much more. And just bear with me while I do a quick plant. You going to let me plant there? No? Okay, we'll just do it this way. And I'll probably do the rest of it off camera, but just want to do a little bit of housekeeping today, because things were a little bit nuts in the last episode, as I'm sure you're all aware. And I'll be able to plant some back over near the base as well. I may even do that. I am going to have to gather a lot of wood. These trees haven't grown up yet, so I'll probably have to clear some of the surrounding terrain. I also have to get down into there and expand that and move this stuff down before bad things start to happen. Let's throw the smellies in here and the extra corn. And I forgot the water. That was the reason I brought the jars. So I also have another pistol, more pump shotgun parts, a spare flashlight, another sawed-off shotgun, another shotgun long barrel, short barrel. Alright, so what we need to double check is on our best shotgun. I had a feeling I'd left a couple of bits and pieces behind here. Currently our best shotgun is using a fine quality parts, and the yellow are just good, so they're not as good as I thought they'd be, but that's okay. The pistol, on the other hand, let's grab this back before we take it apart. The pistol is okay, so there's a reasonable quality barrel. The rest of it's all junk, and I've got two pistols, so we'll scrap all of that down. And we need to unload the mold, and I didn't have a casing mold, so that's good. Not that it really would have mattered that much if I'd made up an extra one. What else do we need to unload here? The excess animal fat. The short stocks I'm probably not going to need either. I think that covers everything. And again, I'll go off camera and sort out a few bits and bobs. But I think what we will be doing to finish this episode off is making a short trip over to do some work looting the town. So again, now it seems like the dogs have definitely calmed down. Before this stuff all turns to dirt, I'm going to do some cleanup. And when I meet you again, we'll go and hopefully kill a few more things and maybe loot a little bit of the town. And I will see you shortly. There's going to be a slight change of plans. I have completely forgotten about something which is kind of important. I have the mini bike recipes. So I need to be able to make up the seat. Shouldn't be too hard. I need to be able to make up the chassis. Well, we can do that now. I also need to be able to make up the handlebars, and I've got the normal handlebars for an auger. I just need the other bits to go with that, so let's just wait for that to finish crafting up. So straight away we've got a fine mini bike chassis, so our levels are improving. So the handlebars, are we missing anything here? Oh, that's right, this recipe is a little odd. For some reason you have to put it together yourself, and I believe it's that plus one of those plus 2 duct tape. Here we go. So we'll craft up the handlebars. And again, it's not the fastest, but that's okay. And alright, so we've got good mini bike handlebars. That's still not too shabby. We've got the wheels. They're not fantastic. Might get lucky and get some better ones. I do know where to go looking for the wheels now, so there's definitely an option there. So the seat, we're going to need to get ourselves a little bit of cotton, and we're going to need a bunch of leather. I hope I've got enough. Actually, let's just have a close look at that recipe again. We need 7 leather. Alright, we're going to need 4 of those. 4 is not 5. We're going to need half of that. And the pipes, which I'm going to keep hold of anyway. So the only thing we need to do is go find ourselves some cotton quickly. We'll throw the rest of the parts back into here. The shopping basket is part of it as well, and I have an absolute ton of oil barrels, so as far as fuel is concerned, we're not going to be stressing too much there for a little while. Actually, throw the duct tape in here. I think it's only ever used at the moment in the recipe for the mini bike. I don't think it's used for anything else at all. So let's, whoops, see how we're going here. That's going to take a while to craft down. So while that's crafting down, let's head out and go find the cotton that we need. Shouldn't be too hard. However, we are missing one important part to the recipe, and that unfortunately is the battery. And my best chance of finding a battery is going to be looking in a car. So that's meaning we're going to have to get out and about, and I don't know if there are going to be any cars to be found in the town over here. I suspect that what I'm going to have to do is go and hit up one of the roads that I haven't actually been down yet, because there's always cars along the roads. So that gives us more than enough, I believe. Let's just head over here. Now, something else that's worth noting is it's now day 52. So my respawn timer is set for 50 days. So it's been a while from when I started to when I got over here. But back in the area where I spawned, things will already likely be respawning, and it will only be a few days and stuff will be respawning around here, including the working stiffs. Would have been nice if I'd found the bookstore earlier, but well, you can't win them all. So let's just stop that for the time being. We'll make up the seat and we'll have a quick look at what we're missing. Okay, so we've got another find there, so that's good. So how it works is, and the mini bike is a little bit derpy, so we're going to be careful with it. You place the mini bike down, and then you should be able to get the options. So we need handlebars, wheels, the driver, which I believe is the seat, battery, engine, storage, and a lock. The lock's optional. So at the moment, now how do I pick that up again? Good question. How do I pick up the empty mini bike? I'm not sure. That could be a bit of a worry. I know I can put stuff into it and take it off, or can I not take it off? Oh, that's how we do it. Oh, so that's what I needed to do. Okay, good. Would have been a little bit concerned if I couldn't pick it up, because I don't want to leave it down here. So the battery is the only thing that we need, and we'll have a mini bike. And once we get the mini bike, traveling around is going to get a heck of a lot easier, by a long shot. So I think we really need to be focusing on that. It seems like a good idea. Now, as it currently stands, let's put this stuff away before we do something silly and lose it all. Right now, actually, let's put it all down the bottom so that we can put all the parts that we do have together. Gas, and then we've got chassis, handlebars, seat, wheels, and basket, and of course a small engine. Now, I don't have a great small engine, unfortunately, so I'm just going to have to make do with what I do have, and hopefully we'll be able to upgrade that later. I will craft down the rest of that oil, but I'll probably do that off camera because it's boring as all heck. And as it stands, then quite obviously it's time for us to call this one an episode. We will hit the road in the next episode and go hunting. If we have a look at the map before we go, we can see that as far as the roads are concerned, I got all the way down to here, but I didn't extend further, and this is where we start to head into the wasteland, so that territory over here can be quite nasty. But there's a pretty good chance if we head straight down this road here and out along this way where we haven't been, or down through here, that we may strike the cars that we need and hopefully find a battery. So that is going to be our plan for the next episode. There might be a little bit of time in between because I still have to finish repairing this place before the next horde shows up. But as far as the series is concerned, it's going to be the next episode. The question is going to be how close we get to horde day and how quickly I can get the repairs done before we get out and about. And we may even spend the next horde day out if we can find somewhere to settle down for the night or hide out. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode. Until then, take care of each other, everybody, and ciao for now.